this callous hands, working this red dirt land, picking up scraps and broken things, making them work again. Mike will make it, Mike will make it, from the dust and rust and pain. Mike will make it, Mike will make it, something strong from what remains. Mike will make it. You seen it down in the heat, sweat dripping on concrete, taking your trash, you're thrown away, building tomorrow today. Mike will make it, Mike will make it, from the dust and rust and pain. Mike will make it, Mike will make it, Mike will make it. Let's make it. Folks, let me tell you about the way I live. Taking scraps from the junkyard, got so much to give. West Texas wind blowing hard across my face, but I keep on building steady at my own pace. You throw it out, I pick it up, make it brand new. Metal beams and wooden planks, I see right through to what they could become in these weathered hands. While you're sitting pretty, I'm making my stand. Rusty nails and broken glass, that's my gold mine. Every piece tells a story, every scar defines the man I am, the work I do, the life I chose. When the dust settles down, everybody knows. When the well runs dry and the bank says no, I'll be here still, making something grow. Mike will make it, Mike will make it, from the dust and rust and pain. Mike will make it, Mike will make it, something strong from what remains. Mike will make it, Mike will make it, till the sun burns out again. Mike will make it.
What's up, everybody? Little bit of a different look. Good to see every one of you. Can you guys see me okay? Everybody rocking? Everybody can hear me okay? Let's do a little bit of video check, audio check. How's it all looking? It's a little bit dim tonight because it's a little cold in here. Oh, it's a little bit nuts. Oh, goodness gracious. Winter is upon us. What is up, everybody? Welcome to the one and only weekly live show with the agenda, having no damn agenda whatsoever. It is the Friday Night Shoot the Poop. I am Mike. I make stuff. I'm freezing my ass off, but that's all right. We're going to talk tonight about how we can get around that. Love every one of you guys. Appreciate all of you showing up in the chat. I got to say it. Absolutely drives me batty. I've been looking all week to get ready to do another 100 member build and giveaway. Y'all ask me how many members I got. 99. I've had 99 all week. And it's been kicking me right in the hoo-ha. Well, I ain't got a hoo-ha, but you know what I'm saying. Absolutely driving me crazy. Shout outs to everybody. I gotta do my love. I gotta show everybody what they're up to. Hang in there for a minute while I get everything situated over here so I can read this doggone chat. Give me a second, pop that out. That might actually do it. Let me do this number, make that full screen. Wait a minute, do the hokey pokey, turn yourself around. I can read this. Who is this hoo-ha? This hoo-ha is what I keep getting bashed in Every time I go look at my damn analytics and I got 99 members and it's killing me. I got 99 problems, but it changed one. And it's driving me nuts. Oh, goodness gracious, man. Land Raver is in here. I see smoke. Let me scroll through here. Miss Heather B, good to see you. Lawrence, good to see you, friend. Appreciate you showing up, man. There's Dan's Homestead. Why is Dan's Homestead? Hold on. That don't make no damn sense. That might have taken care of it. Now Dan's Homestead is a member, or he is a moderator. He's good to go. Palato's in here. Cedar Grove Box, what's up, brother? Good to see you. I love that epoxy pour I got to see from you, man. That was absolutely amazing. Smoke says, my watch hours are dropping off from a year ago as fast as I'm earning the new ones. Oh, man. I'm trying like hell to make sure that I stay on top of that stinking watch time thing, man. I got to stay on top of it. It's time for us to get our hustle on, man. We're almost a year old, some of us. Goodness gracious, Lord Almighty. Listen, if you guys want to be part of the stream, you can absolutely do so right up there. There's a link pinned at the very top. You can come up here and join me, and I encourage you to do so because I'd love to hear your contributions. Let's share the love with everybody in the chat, and let's talk about what we can do to keep these shops warm. Damn. Ugh. Well, yes, Palato, if you don't keep up your numbers. Hey, Calvin, good to see you. Calvin from Dad's Workshops in here. What's up, brother? Yes, after you've surpassed a year, then the watch time that you had previously, it starts falling off. So you got to keep that number of hours consistent in order to stay monetized and keep doing your thing. Oh, man. I'm snotting. It is losing it. We had a cold snap, and you guys can laugh at me if you want to. Hey, Ducky and Petrie, what's up? Good to see you in here. There we go. There we go. I tell you what's absolutely crazy. I am cold enough to be snotting. And hold on. I'm going to hey, Keith, what's up, two dudes? Let me see here. I'm going to update my weather app so you guys in the north can just laugh at me. It's currently 45. Ugh. Oh, it is 45. Triple J Solutions is in the house. Another love. Wonderful supporter of the channel. Appreciate you being in here, man. Diesel heater is the answer. Wait a minute, Land Raver. Click the link right up there. Hop up here and let's talk about it, man. Let's get this discussion going, man. I want to hear what you guys have come up with. I know that you guys have got a plethora, a wad, a veritable cornucopia of different ways you figured out to keep your shop warm. And I know that at the end of the day, I want to make this live. Stay out there because there's going to be some folks that want to be able to participate and take advantage of our insights, man. Well, we'll have to find out. We'll have to find out. I have no idea. Well, Calvin knows. I mean, because Calvin's been at this since Atlas been at this. So I'm going to yield to his wisdom. I haven't quite hit a year yet, so I'm not entirely sure. Oh, goodness. There is no numeric requirement after monetization. Oh, well, hell, fire and brimstone. Let's go. Cross our fingers, wishful thinking. Let's hope it's true, man. I'd love to hear from each of you guys. If you comment and talk to each other about it in the chat, or if you want to come up here and join me in the conversation, I'm more than welcome to see you. I'm glad to be able to talk to all of you. If it's your first time here, man, I'm glad you're here, man. Seriously. Can we really trust Calvin? I think I can trust Calvin. I don't know. I bet I can trust Calvin. Calvin seems like good people. Oh, Heidi, what's up? Wait a minute. I had another comment and I missed it. Okay. Can't at the moment in bed with the missus with the headphones on. Oh. I don't know how I feel about that. Is that a trick to make things kind of roll a little longer? Like instead of think about baseball, let's watch Mike is making stuff. I mean, I don't know. But it is absolutely fitting. I'm going to crack a cold one when we get this going. Goodness gracious. I might as well. It's cold enough to keep it chilly in here. JP. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. How am I missing stuff? Wait a minute. I got to fight with the chat. I think I got the whole top chat going on. No, there it is. There it is. All messages. Yeah, give me all of them. Give it all to me. 1:10 in the morning at Land Raver's house. That's right. You're one of the new members of the UK bunch, man. Welcome, man. Appreciate you coming in, brother. Oh, look at who's backstage freezing himself. Is that Pilato? What's up, man? No, he ain't freezing, man. Oh, man.
In the office here. Oh.
He ain't even tripping. Man. What is up? What do you think of the new dimmer light setup, man? I think this is kind of cool for the evening, man. It kind of gives it a little bit softer deal, man.
Did you say the new dimmer lights or the new dimmer host?
Well, both. I mean, I can't get no dimmer. I mean, let's just face it, to be honest. Oh, goodness.
So,
All right.
so if you turn on some lights, that might produce a little bit more heat.
It absolutely might. Listen, I actually had a thermal siphon set up. I was going to show you guys. Are you familiar with a thermal siphon at all, Pam?
A thermal siphon?
Yes.
After a manner of speaking.
Well, it's actually pretty phenomenal. It's basically kind of make a makeshift boiler system. And in my instance, what I was doing was I was setting up for what have I been working on this week? I have still been building up the shop, getting everything put together, got the lighting together. I have got the motor ready for a lathe build, and I'm working on something a little bit skeevy and a little bit sketchy, but we won't talk about that just yet. I'm going to surprise y'all. Yes, the new NOS server is putting out a little bit of heat, but it's doing just enough to keep my glues from freezing up.
Do you have the lights down because of the sketchy stuff you're working on?
Well, G14 classified, man. If I told y'all about it, I'd have to let you go. I mean, we'd have to slip loose the mortal coil after that. I ain't trying to go there. But the thermal siphon that I had set up was the principle of setting up on the sun. Because no matter what, Texas, I don't care if it's 30 degrees or 103, you're going to have plenty of UV out here. And the idea is that you heat up the top half of a cyclical water system. Mm-hmm. And of course, hot is going to rise. Well, then it runs down a slope, which in turn puts back pressure onto the cold side, which drives it up in the bottom, and it starts making itself a convection circle. And the warmer it gets, then you start getting more of a radiator principle from it.
Okay.
Cool thing. Smoke says the new cool thing about bachelor life is I don't have to share the meals to share from Marie Callender's. Absolutely, dude. Kill it all, dude. Absolutely. Smash it, dude. Bless Carpenter's in the house. What's up, brother? Good to see you.
So calling me the life of the party? I don't know how I feel about that.
I mean, you are a bit of the life of the party. Let's just be honest about it. I mean, there's no doubt. I mean, definitely, no offense, brother, but your head's got the disco ball for us, so we're good. I'm messing with you.
I got some shine going on there. Let's see if we can, get dancing here.
I'm being a little bit smart, Alec. I'm sorry about that, brother. No, I had the thermal siphon set up, but then it was running outside, and then guess who had something to say about it? You already know. The damn HOA. All right, there. Why you got this guy coming in a contraption with this tank? You got to out here understand. You're gonna have to take this down, or you're gonna be subscribed to fines. All right, you know what? Fine. I had to have it taken down today, so I took it down, but that's all right. It doesn't mean I can't explain the principle of a thermal siphon, and it doesn't mean that anybody out in the chat can't come up here and join us and talk about the innovative ways you figured out how to heat up your shop and keep things comfortable.
So I actually had a discussion with my wife last night about heating the shop. So my shop is in my garage.
Right.
And she came out after her friend left, and she was like, "Oh, it's how do you keep warm out here?" And I was like, "I have a heater." She's like, "You do?" I was like, "Yeah." So I walked over and pointed it out to her. It's the heater for the house, but it outputs enough heat into the garage that normally I'm just fine.
Oh man, that's phenomenal, dude. That's a pretty lucky thing, dude. Seriously.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'll put on like a hoodie or something, and for the most part, I do just fine. So,
right.
Yeah, most of the time I don't have to worry too much about it.
And look, everybody thinks that Pilato's in some state where he's like in a mild climate and everything. No, he's in Idaho. He ain't playing. I mean, winter is not going to be kind to him. Not like down here in Texas. I get down the 40s and I start shivering.
Now I'm not in the coldest parts of the state. I'm near the capital city of Boise, but and we get we don't typically get tons of snow and stuff here. I guess I shouldn't be telling you this because a lot of my fellow residents are already upset at all the people moving here.
Oh, sorry, but that Triple J just donated 10 memberships. That put us over 100. I guess we're having our giveaway. Thank you so much for all your support, brother, man. That is amazing. Love you to death, man. Thank you for that. Listen, I'm going to put together a giveaway. Pilato, you're going to have to help me brainstorm what we're giving away next, because last time it was kind of hard to top. We had that whole spirit mallet where I carved a wood spirit into the handle and it went off, and plywood is enjoying that now. I can't wait to figure out what I'm going to do next. This is going to be amazing. Anyway, so you're in southern Idaho near Boise, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Now, is it mountainous terrain where you at? Is it hill country where you guys get a lot of snow during the winter? Or?
We're in a valley, so we've got mountains to the east of us, mountains to the west. Here we are stuck in the middle with the valley, it's not too terrible. So we get inversions during the winter. So a lot of the pollution kind of gets trapped here.
You don't said something. What's an inversion?
So an inversion, when we've got the mountains over. Let's see, mountains over here, and the valley, right? And
Smoke my brain did the same thing. Here I am stuck in the middle.
And so, so during the winter, you've got all of the storm system, or whatever, all the pollution and stuff kind of gets trapped in the valley between the mountain ranges.
Right.
Because it can't really move anywhere, and so until you get a storm system coming through, and we don't usually get tons of storms coming through, so sometimes you can have inversions for days, weeks, longer, several weeks, and so then your air quality goes down a fair amount.
That's rough.
Yeah, so that's one of the downsides of the Boise area.
I wish I could get Calvin up here, because listen, in one of Calvin's past lives, of which, like many of us, he's had many, he was a sort of authority when it came to air quality and filtration and making sure that you could keep your house and your shop good to go. I know that he was talking about some stuff that was like way over my damn head the last time he started getting into it. I don't know if Calvin feels up to it. It's all entirely up to him, but that would be phenomenal. An inversion. That sounds like hell in a handbasket, Pilato. Like just being stuck in that grind like that, dude.
Yeah, but I mean, as long as you're not having to be outdoors, it doesn't really affect you that much because, if you've got decent, air filtration in your house, apartment, whatever, then it doesn't affect you that much. But we've had some pretty nasty, not necessarily inversions as much, but the air quality has gone down a lot because of wildfires around us, and so then you've got all the smoke in the air, and so like school sporting events have had to be canceled because of the air quality being so low.
I was going to say you probably are so lucky that you actually get a lot of that stuff from West California, from the coast, and it blows up, and the wildfire stuff blows up. And
we have plenty of wildfires here in Idaho too, so we don't have to depend on the California wildfires to come here. It's mostly the Californians that come here that my fellow residents are so upset about.
Well, and that kind of might put a kibosh on one of the first things that I was brainstorming. Now, a lot of these, I'd like to hear your feedback. This is me putting on an engineering cap a little bit and thinking about, okay, if I've got to come up with, all of these MacGyver-esque kind of ways to get heat moving around. Mm-hmm. One of the things I thought about, and this may be something that you can't take advantage of because your crawl space will probably be full of pollutants, but for those of us that, for example, have our furnace or our heater up in the crawl space, the main blower unit that's sending the hot air through the rest of the house, well, then you can tie in there through the crawl space. And most of us, we have our access to the crawl space usually in the garage, which means that you could easily run some maybe flex hose over there. You could put a small fan, and you could pipe some of that off and actually help heat up the garage a little bit. If they're not in a lucky situation like you, where it's just naturally ambiently coming through the wall,
Yeah, because I've got the furnace in the garage with me, and so that's where the heat is being generated, and it's generally enough with the insulation of the house around the garage. It's not completely surrounding it, but there's enough insulation and everything that it keeps the garage pretty warm during the winter. As long, right now it's not very cold, so I can be out there in just t-shirts or whatever. But most of the time I've just thrown a hoodie on lately, and even in even late night.
Look at this. Heather's got jokes. I heard doing that with a car in an airtight space, pretty good idea too. I mean, that can get you warmed up pretty quick.
Yeah.
I seem to remember that will work, but you get awful tired and you end up falling asleep pretty quick. I mean, I don't know what it's about. Yes, absolutely. For anybody that comes back and watches this after the fact, please, this is the moron alert. No, do not run your car inside your garage, for Christ's sake. Please don't do it. I do not.
If you've got a door open, if you got your garage door open, that should be okay if you're working on it or something. But
yeah, Smoke's right. I mean, it works once. I mean, you're pretty damn warm. You're good to go.
Yeah, who even needs melatonin then, right?
Oh, who even needs melatonin then? God, okay, Heather's on one today. Look, she's on her jokes. That's incredible. So what do you think?
She's channeling her inner Pelado.
There you go. Check this out. I will give this a completely unbalanced, arbitrary, nonsensical scaling system for tonight's suggestions. Pelado, run in the car in the garage for the exhaust to warm you up. How many stars out of 10 do you give that?
Are we allowed to go negative?
Sure.
Yeah, we'll go in the negative there.
I would probably go with
not a good plan.
Yeah, I'd go with a solid negative down on that one.
Yeah.
So let's double back to the other one that was a little more serious. I mean, what about adding the vent to the furnace through the crawl space and being able to pipe that down?
I think that could be pretty useful. I think the potential downside there would be how much of that heat are you redirecting from the house, and now is your house too cold?
Right.
If you're keeping the house plenty warm, sure, why not?
The good news is that I've got my wife and she's got perimenopause, so the house is at like 43 degrees anyway. So that's going to be kind of irrelevant. But one of the things I thought about that is that because you're blowing it in from the crawl space, which is going to be that trapdoor in the ceiling, you kind of accumulate all the heat up near the ceiling. And it may be a bit of a challenge to get it down, to waist or shoulder level, unless you're just cooking everything.
Right.
I don't know. So I think on that regard, I might give that a 4 or 5 out of 10. I mean, it will probably get heat in there. Is it going to be evenly dispersed? Or are you going to have to do some other things to get it mixing around and stuff? Probably.
Yeah.
But
so why don't we throw Schmoke's comment up on the screen?
Oh goodness, what'd he say? I can't read that. It's too small for me.
Well, I'm still learning to read, but I'll try. It says the video with the most views on my channel is for a propane shop heater. Just saying, LOL.
Oh goodness. That brings us to the next one. Up and downsides for propane, butane, diesel heaters, jet heaters. I personally can't stand them.
Really?
I just can't. I think that they always gave me that vibe, kind of in the same vein as turning the car on. You're just going to get all kind of noxious crap that's coming off of that thing when you're burning, fossil fuel essentially. You know what I mean? If you're burning butane or propane or natural gas, I mean, they're not natural gas, but especially a diesel heater, a jet heater. Bud, thank you for coming in. Appreciate you. Good night, dear. Hey, Ryan, what's up, brother? Ryan from 77 Rockets has decided to bless us. Tonight, we're having a conversation about innovative ways people have figured out how to heat their shops and to knock off the cold. If you want to join in, any of you, you're more than welcome to. Right over there, right above, arched over Pilato's head, there's a pinned comment. The other one. There you go. Attaboy. Hey, there you go. There's a pinned comment. You're more than welcome to join us. You can come in and participate in the conversation. So far, we've had a few good suggestions. We had running through the crawl space with a vent off of the crawl space furnace. That'll bring it in the garage, but not so efficient. Running the car in the garage, we gave that a negative damn. But I was talking about propane, butane, diesel, jet heaters. They just skeeve me out. You know what I mean? And on top of that, they are so powerful. I mean, this thing is made for like an industrial job site.
So my dad had a propane stove, like a big propane stove, and we had this big pot that we would use to like cook corn on the patio and back in the day. But I also remember him using that as a heater in the garage. And as a kid, I thought it was the coolest thing because we've got an open flame in the garage. That's awesome. Speaking to your concern, yeah, you've got some toxic gases that are being released by doing that. And so if you don't have some sort of ventilation, then that could be pretty problematic. If you're running it for long periods of time, wholly enclosed. I don't remember what kind of ventilation my dad used. Maybe he didn't. I don't know. But I do remember seeing the open flame, which was awesome.
A lot of my mental state. Yeah, I get it. Yeah. For another one that's big for me is that I know that may not be something that I could make to a point that I would be satisfied with it because I live in a lease property. And because of that, I can't really make any modifications to the garage. So the only way I have to exhaust anything is opening the garage door, which is a 2-door garage door, which just left me this vacuous opening. Everything I just did is gone in like 45 seconds.
Yeah, kind of defeats the point of the heat.
Absolutely. So for me, personally, the jet heater, the diesel heater, all of those guys, I can't go any farther than maybe a 3 or 4 out of 10 on that.
Mhm.
I just
Now Heather B says that plywood has the best wood burning stove apparently, and then she says I'm sold, and I didn't even know that she was up for sale.
right.
Who knew?
If we would have known, well, then we'd have been messaging Calvin like a long time ago. I mean, because
and apparently all it takes is a wood burning stove. I'm like, huh.
I mean, when's the last you couldn't pick up a girlfriend at Harbor Freight for that? I mean, that's a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
Heather, Calvin, I'm kidding. Relax. So what do you think about, have you ever seen the whole terracotta flower pot candle thing? Have you ever been privy to that?
If I have seen it, I don't remember it. So I won't say I haven't seen it, but I will say I don't remember seeing it.
Now, I can tell you that I am a big fan and will automatically give 5 points right off the jump if whatever we're up to involves a candle. Because candles are such small flame. You know what I mean? You've only got this going on. And because of that, I mean, there's not a lot of smoke. There's not a lot of fumes. You're not doing anything crazy. But even still, you can just as easily put your hand over this for about 10 seconds and find out real quick just how much heat that thing's putting on. Mm-hmm. Kevin, good to see you, buddy.
Hola.
And I think that from an engineering perspective, the whole thing that you got to do at that point, the whole trick is, even though that flame is small, you just got to capture that heat into something else so that it can radiate. So what they do is they take these terracotta flower pots and they invert them, and then they'll light 2 or 3 of these little tea candles, and the heat will run up and it will heat the terracotta. And before you know it, this thing is just a radiant heater and it's just cranking it out. I can tell you from personal experience, I give that a solid 7.5 out of 10.
Nice.
Absolutely.
Seems like it wouldn't take much fuel. So relatively inexpensive.
Absolutely.
I wonder how much space does that take up?
Well, and that's why I can't give it a full 10 to 10. You know what I mean? Because when you take the candle's heat and you transfer it to the terracotta, now you're creating radiant heat. And that radiant heat doesn't have any method of propulsion. So maybe if you coupled it with a fan and you had it set in the right way, which is one of the other reasons why I dock 2.5 points off, because you can be adjusting your fan to be able to get some airflow to move this warm air around, and inadvertently hit the gap and accidentally blow out all your candles. Now you got to dismantle your entire scenario, but you got to grab the terracotta pot, which is hotter than the devil's balls, and you got to move that out of the way so you can light the candles again, so you can precariously set the pot back over there on top of it and then try to position your fan again. It's kind of a pain in the ass to get going.
Yeah.
You know, I'll give you that.
Now, Calvin claims in the chat that he designed some laminar flow cabinets that used oscillating fans. But if he's not going to come up on panel and tell us how it worked and how well it worked, then can we really believe him?
Yeah, that knocks 6 points off the whole idea right there. Just because I'm not a mental envisioning kind of guy. I'm kidding.
Yeah, laminar flow cabinets that used oscillating fans. I'm still not even sure what the heat source is based on that description.
Jeez, I knew Schmoke was going to bring it up. Yes, sir. I absolutely love the idea of an Earth ship. Have you ever messed with those, Plotter, or have you ever dug into them at all?
I do all of my shipping on Earth.
That's true. That is true. There is a dwelling that this guy, I think he's 82, 83 years old at this point, ever since maybe the 70s or so. He's been building these houses called Earth ships. And these Earth ships are fascinating. in that they heat themselves by solar and geothermal heat. They utilize capturing rainwater to continue to provide water to the house, even though they're in the middle of the New Mexico desert, right? They can still gather enough water because they use a repurposing system. It's absolutely genius. Wherein, for example, you run the sink or you flush the toilet or something like that, then that water ends up moving down some pipes. Hey, Cedar, what's up, brother? Let's bring you in here. Well, good to see you, man. Thank you for joining. What I was saying was the thing about it is it's genius that takes the water from the sink, the toilet, the washer and dryer, and it runs it through some filters, and then it pipes it to an indoor horticultural food growing farm that's inside your house. And then after when all that's said and done, then, for example, when you finish with, then when all of that is done, then it doubles back and it returns to the toilet. So you're using it to flush the toilet. It's just this gigantic cycle of repurposing over and over again. Mm-hmm. And it makes it so sufficient. It makes it so efficient. Mm-hmm. It's incredible. And he'll literally sell you one of these houses. Granted, it's like $500,000, but you buy the house, and after that, you don't owe anything. It's not that you're on a grant land where they're doing testing for these houses, so there's no property tax. You're not paying for utilities. You're not paying water, gas, sewage. Mm-hmm. It grows its own food. It does all of these things.
Mm-hmm. And you said $500,000?
Mm-hmm.
So like pocket change.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, in these days, good Lord. I mean, yeah, after the toilet, it's not used. Yeah, I absolutely correct on that. But
so
I'm sure the essence, I mean, I don't remember exactly off the top of my head. I don't remember how they plumbed it, but that's the whole idea, is that the whole thing gets repurposed at least 2 or 3 times throughout the whole house before it eventually ends up in drainage and then ends up going
out. There you go, Mike. It doesn't let off a lot of fumes. It just radiates.
Right.
My father gave me this when I met the kid's mom. She needed her truck fixed. If it's 20 degrees out, it ain't going to help you. But
right.
Mr. Texas over here might do you well, but you got to pay the shipping, brother.
Hey, I dig the head though, man. That's aerodynamic, bro. I'm loving it.
It makes me faster.
Bald Nation, man. We're here, bro. We're all here with you, man. It's a support group. Let's go.
Sorry, I was in the middle of making dinner and shit. I just thought of this. It's been on my shelf. I've had this. What are you, 6 now? I've had this for 6 years. I tried using it, man, back when I first met the kid's mom, and I was working on her truck. And it just, I mean, if it's 20 degrees out, it ain't gonna help you. But
right.
It might work for what you're talking about. It just sits on top of a propane, and it just heats up, radiates. So it doesn't blow. There's no fan, no forced air.
Wait a minute, I got to address something. No, sir, New Roots. This is not slick heads. This is aerodynamics, and you're because you haven't evolved to the point that you ain't furry like that. All right, I'm sorry. The rest of us have become sleek and well defined. All right.
I gotta get. Oh, J-Mo, do you want to say hi now? He said hi, cousin, before he came in here and looked at the computer. I had you in my ear. I was making pizza. He's like, hi, cousin. I was like, what? You walked in. He was standing here in front of the computer. I'm like, bro, it's the camera's not on.
Hey, what's up, cousin? Let's go.
What's up, cousin? I don't know. He's being awfully quiet. Either he's climbing my filing cabinet again or he's eating. I don't know. But I mean, yeah, I don't know how much it'd be to ship. Like I could pull the
And that
scale
kind
out.
of brings
Probably
me
a
to the next one.
pound.
That brings me to the next one, though. I mean, let's talk about it all. I mean, what do you guys think about those thermal heating element? You know, where you heat up a filament and it starts glowing red and you know, what do you think about those?
Guess what this is? It just heats up. There's no forced air. There's no smell from the propane. But like you gotta
That's
be
when it
like
can kill you.
Yeah. Hey man, I'm feeling no pain. But there's got to be some carbon monoxide. I mean, it runs off of a propane tank. But again, I mean, don't use it in a closet. That's all I'm saying, or a sealed paint booth or anything. I wouldn't recommend that.
Mm-hmm.
But I have absolutely no use for it. I got my windows open and the air conditioning on, and it's still 71 degrees in here.
Jeez. Okay, everybody collectively flip Cedar the bird, because I know some of you are up north. And you
Where are you at, Peter?
You know,
I'm in Wisconsin. It's just I'm in the shop. I don't pay utilities, and that's what happened to the table. I went and laid down for a couple hours before the kid got up, and it was 90 degrees in here, and the thing's got fish eyes all over it. I gotta report. I gotta resurface it. Pour surface epoxy, tabletop epoxy on it and shit. And
So you're in Wisconsin, you said?
Wisconsin, yeah, Milwaukee. Well,
Okay.
River
Are you
Hills.
a fan of Wisconsin?
Born and raised. I didn't choose it or anything. I just, I mean, you know, go Pat.
he didn't choose the cheese life. The cheese life chose him, bro.
Oh, good Lord. Look at all that
It
cheese
is.
on you, little bitch.
I'm just wondering if I should what's the word I'm looking for? Well, I'm just happy that BYU beat Wisconsin earlier today. Let me put it that way.
Here we go.
What happened?
Brigham Young.
My alma mater, BYU, beat Wisconsin in men's basketball earlier today.
Oh, that's cool. Hey, hoorah.
So thank you for bringing up Wisconsin so that I had a reason to bring it up.
Yeah, hey, you know.
You done good. The cold one to use.
I didn't have much to do with it, but
Salute.
Cheers, my friend. Scotland.
yeah. With that said, I actually have to get out of here.
Yeah, I don't want to kill your views, Mike. So I'm gonna go back to the background.
That's what I was here for, Peter.
I got a face for radio, man. radio.
You look smug lately. And seriously, come on, man.
You might be the most attractive of anyone on the panel right now.
I tell you, man, you got
Hey.
going on in India.
Hey, Pilato. Times are tough, brother.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
All right. Hey, great to see everybody. I'll wave on this side so you can see me better. But have a great night. I've got to go make sure that my daughter's date doesn't go terribly awry.
Oh no!
Oh yeah, you got breaks and fingers.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be starting the fire for the s'mores, I guess, for Schmoke's shop, and then I think I'll just kind of mosey out there periodically, making sure that they're not doing stuff they're not supposed to be doing. So anyway,
keep it above the waist.
Randomly cleaning a piece of tack.
Did you want to come say hi?
You may not have around the house, you know.
You want to dance? Come here.
I'll just go check on the maple wood that I have out there on the patio, and check on the willow, check on whatever.
Friends.
But But anyway, hey, thanks everyone. So I'll try and keep warm by the fire.
Come here.
When I'm out there. So
show them your dance. Dance. Dance.
Oh my!
That's my pizza.
Thanks. Appreciate you, man.
No problem. Take care, guys. Enjoy the rest of the discussion.
You say hi.
Oh wait, let me. No, it's okay. Here, I'll come up here with you. We're good.
Hey.
I made him nervous, didn't I?
There's Mike. I tried, brother. he's got things to do, places to go.
I get it. You do things for everybody.
My pizza.
So, all right, what do you think about those electric heaters? The ones where you plug them in and it just heats up the damn element and it turns red and then you blow a fan on it. I mean, what do you think about that for heating the shop, man? I haven't had a very lot of luck with them.
Like an electric, like a space heater?
Yeah, like a little electric space heater or something.
Yeah, that's what I use to warm the bathroom up here. Before the kiddo jumps in the shower, I'll turn it on for 5 minutes before he comes in here. If I can reach.
Which, by the way,
get out of the way.
I've got this weird idea bouncing around up here in my dome that I seriously want to take. Everybody has had a crock pot, and then somebody busted. Oh God, you got one of the big ones.
Yeah, it works pretty good. I mean, I guess it depends on how big your shop is.
Right.
And you don't got fumes off this. I got a Mr. Buddy propane turbo, or I did. I don't know. It's hopefully at my brother's house. God knows. It is what it is.
Oh,
But,
that's right. That really awesome one. What is it, Mr. Buddy or whatever they called it?
I think it's or Mr. Heater, or is it Mr. Buddy? I forget now. But it
was.
It's
But
a
it was like
turbo heater about
thing.
about yay big or something, and it it's just not as bad as the kerosene. Because like you said, my brother had a kerosene, but you had to open the whole fucking garage door. And what was the point? It's so cold. All your heat went right out. So that thing, I mean, but still, you're dealing with carbon monoxide. But it's hell of a lot better than the kerosene, burning kerosene.
Right. I think that one's okay. But my problem with it is that I could never find one that had sufficient BTU to knock the edge off of the shop. Like, if it really goes down and it goes to like 30, 20 degrees, something like that, there's just no way in hell that thing's going to keep up. I'm just wasting my time.
I know they make a newer model. Mine doesn't have the adjuster on it. It's just either on or off. You can turn the propane way down and
take care, smoke. Good to see you, buddy.
My late brother had the idea to unplug it and leave it burning, and melted all the decals off of it.
Oh my goodness! I got to address this. Hold up. Robert G says, "You need heat in Texas." Let's talk about it. 4 years ago, in 2021, this was a big thing that was on the news, and it was big for us here in Texas. But I'm sure a lot of people didn't pay attention to it. There was a point where a nor'easter or whatever the hell you call it, a polar vortex, whatever the hell it is, just came storming straight down the Great Plains. It blew through the Dakotas, blew through where you're at, down to Kansas, Oklahoma, and just nailed us here in Texas. And a lot of people give us a lot of crap. You can't handle the cold weather or whatever, but the truth of it was, I remember in the midst of that happening, and I put this on everything. I put this on my kids, okay? It was so cold with the wind chill on one of those particular days in the midst of that polar vortex that I went online and I checked, and it was 3 degrees colder here than it was at the observation station at the North Pole. It was.
You said 21?
What's up? Yeah, 2021.
Yeah, I think that was the year the Colonel said Grandma had moved to Texas, and it was snowing there, but it was sunny here.
Right. The thing of it is that most of Texas is powered by one company, one power conglomerate called ERCOT. And ERCOT runs all of the electrical grid. Well, obviously, because nobody prepares for gigantic negative at that day, I remembered it was negative 48 with the wind chill. I mean, it was nuts.
You gonna say hi to Mike?
Pushing.
Mike.
Hi.
Mike. Oh,
Can you
hell,
say hi?
you're in my ear. Yeah.
Hi. How are you, friend?
There he is. You
Good to
showing
see
him
you,
your
man.
Star Wars stuff? Oh, watch your elbow. You all right?
Oh, I did that and it hurts so much.
What?
Really?
Watch.
Mike's watching
Yeah.
Monster Inc.
Whoa. I love Monsters Inc. with Mike Wazowski.
Hey, yeah, who's your favorite, Mike or Sully? I love you. I got it, bud.
I know which one you like. You like the lady behind the desk, and she talks like this. I know you got your paperwork done for once. I know you filled out all your documentation like you were supposed to.
Pizza? Yeah, pizza. Pizza and PBS Kids, Mike. Pizza and PBS Kids.
I love it.
My bad. very. He's got limited time, okay?
You can don't ever apologize for being dad, dude. You ain't never gonna have none for me. But it was negative 48, right? And look, Luke has decided to join us from Dublin, Ireland. How are you, my friend? Good to see you. How are you, mate?
Very tough in the morning to you. How are you all doing? All right. Hello, Mike. Hello, Cedar. How are you doing, lad? What's the crack?
Good yourself?
I'll put you this
Hey.
way. Sure. If I'm not right, but then I'm half left. And if I'm not, then I'm right. No, but anyway. That's all good.
Hey, and if she takes it easy, take it twice. You sound like my father.
Mr. Engineer, faders up.
Let me eat my cold dinner and get back to you in a little bit. All right, brother?
Man.
No butter.
That's all. I'm gonna be here, but just in the background.
All right. Hold on. I gotta look something up.
Right. How are you, Mike? All right.
It was absolutely well. What we're doing tonight is we're talking about creative DIY kind of innovative ways to be able to keep your workspace warm.
All right.
And
all right.
you know, it's coming about that time. I mean, even though global warming has kind of saved us, it's not for everybody. I mean, we're still getting nipped by the cold. And I was talking about Robert G had mentioned earlier. He said, does it even get cold in Texas? And I just took a second. I opened up another tab and I looked it up, Luke, if you could imagine this. In Texas, on this particular day I was talking about, it was minus 44 C. It was incredibly cold. And the problem with that was that the power grid here, it's all ran by this company called ERCOT. And they were trying to dispense enough electricity for everybody to continue to heat their homes because there's a large number of people that heat with electric heaters. And soon enough, the power grid starts to become overtaxed. Well, the cold was so bone chilling that a lot of the people in the petroleum refineries and the petroleum delivery, they had the day off. Don't try to work today. It's too cold. You can't. So soon enough, they start running out of the fuel. And now ERCOT has to start doing rolling blackouts across the state. And you can only imagine what the impact that has on all of this. It's negative 50 outside. And you turn off the heater? Well, just hold on for 3 or 4 hours and then we'll cut it back on. Well, by then, what do you think is going to happen? And there were seriously a lot of casualties. There were a lot of people that unfortunately passed away because of it. It was a rough time, dude.
Yeah, I would imagine. I definitely imagine that. All right. Yeah. You know what? Because back in 2010, right, we had a huge snowstorm like over here in Ireland, and it was. Now at the time, I was about 20, going on 21 at the time when it happened. I was I was actually out with a couple of mates of mine, right? I was with a couple of friends, and one afternoon, and all of a sudden we had a big huge cloud of snow falling and falling. And I thought, Janie, Mike, what the heck is that? Jesus.
Right.
Anyway, so
Thanks for coming in, New River.
so then I got a phone call then after that from a friend of mine, her name is Nicole O'Brien, rang me, and she said that that herself and her cousin Dylan, they were down. They were somewhere down in. They weren't in Dublin at the time. They were like somewhere down in. They were somewhere down in Wexford, down along the East Coast.
Okay.
They were down in Wexford. They were in Wexford town, and the place was really just completely engulfed in snow. You know what I mean? They couldn't even get a train. They couldn't even get a bus. They couldn't even drive. Nothing. You know what I mean? But they were like, and the temperature went down to, I think, it went down to about, I think it was like minus 5 or something, or minus 6 degrees.
Right.
So Celsius, that is, and then I got a text in from someone else as well. At the same time, I got a text from someone else saying that this idea isn't but it isn't. If you're thinking about like going over like you have to like the very middle of Ireland at that stage or that time, it was like or to go to like down to like nearly minus 10 it was, minus 10 degrees Celsius. I mean, it's just like there comes a time, especially where, Mike, I'll be honest with you, like when we're all out and about, we're all working hard and playing hard as we do, but at the same time, like sometimes like you say, we're just not going to say, we need to have a day off. You know what I mean? At least one.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because it's very. I mean, it's exactly the way of how it is. You know what I mean? Like what you get. You know what I mean? But I mean, especially when like even in Alaska, for example, I was actually working with this guy from Wrexham, in North Wales. His name is Simon Wilson. I was some weeks ago. He went over to Alaska for the very first time ever in his life, and there was and it's like what he was. It was like what it was like what minus 20 or minus 25 degrees Celsius or something.
Right.
You know what I mean? How does he manage to do it?
Exactly.
But I'm sure, as the old saying goes, like, there's always a way. Like there's always, if there's not only one option, there's got to be another. But
right. And don't get me wrong. I mean, of course, when it came down to it, I resorted to it, even though it wasn't the best thing for me to do. Yeah, you know what? I came down here, I burned scrap wood, I had a fire, and we stayed out here, and that's where we're at. I mean, it got it up to maybe 5, but better than negative 50. That works for me. Let's take it. And that was the other thing about 2021 that I think that was so insidious, is that with the combination of that cold draft that came down, there was almost no precipitation with it. Nothing. So, when you in your mind's eye, you think about the huge blizzard, the one that's going to take everyone out or what have you. You think about, 6-8 foot tall drifts of snow and people sealed in and the doors are covered and everything is buried. No, if you just looked out the window, it looked particularly mild. There wasn't anything to it. It was dry. There wasn't any snow, and there was a light wisping of snow. It didn't look like it was anything disastrous. And I think a lot of people made the unfortunate mistake of judging just by looking out the door. Oh, it's not that bad. I can make it to this, that, and the other. I can get to the store, what have you. And then they get out there, and it didn't take long for them to realize that it wasn't what it looked like.
Yeah, no, I hear you, Mike. I hear you.
So Ireland is way up northern than I ever am. What kind of sneaky ways do you guys come up with to keep the heat on when the delivery isn't being made?
Well, as you know, Mike, I drive a minibus, right?
Sure.
So, I drive my minibus, for example, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 3 days a week. So, I have the one I have at the moment is it is a 2014 14-seater Ford Transit T350 minibus.
I
I've
see.
had it now ever since I was what 35 now, going on 36. So
Now I have to ask, are you guys running LNG buses up there now, or are you still on, I guess, what you would call petrol or diesel?
the one I have is diesel.
Okay.
It's diesel, so you know what I mean. Like like it's like T350 is the Ford Transit. It's it's a diesel commercial vehicle. Like,
I see. Okay.
I got mine, for example, of a friend of mine who actually happens to be who deals with commercial vehicles, and I got it off him. I bought it off him. Was it like going back about maybe 7 or 8 years ago? And at the time, he was only selling it for maybe 3 or 4 grand or something like that. You know what I mean? It would normally cost like around probably like nearly double that. You know what I mean? But I actually had it for like nearly.
And that sounds like a really great deal, but I mean, at the same time, I could also see where those might be difficult to sell because they're very purpose-built kind of vehicles. You know, I mean, it's not like you've got multi-purpose. You can, it's not a grocery getter. You know, I mean, it's nothing like that. Anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, the thing about me is, right, Mike, is that like the minibus I'm covering, right? I pretty much go by, you see, because I may be like 35, mid 30s, right? 35, going on 36 years of age, right? And my birthday is actually going next month. It is in December, so my birthday is on St. Stephen's Day, December 26th. In other words, not Boxing Day. It's anybody from the UK, for example, would know that day. But over the last maybe 25 to 30 odd years or so, Mike, I've known a lot of things, and I've met all different kinds of walks of life and all that. You know what I mean? Again, the balance. But I believe, for example, I believe in old school, in the old school, and philosophies and ancient principles, for example.
Sure.
And one of them happens to be, believe it or not, right? One of them is cash is king. Therefore, what's like this, right? Cash on the hip, cash in hand, cash on delivery, cash in hand, cash on the hip. Therefore, cash is king. You know what I mean? That's one of them. Like, you know what I mean? That I always live by. Like, you know what I mean? And I think that what the majority of people now, for example, I'm not saying everybody does this, but I'm just saying, that we should strongly appreciate what you've got and what you have. Like, you know what I mean? And what's still available for you. Like, you know what I mean? Because whenever I ever pay in cash, for example, I always pay either with banknotes or even coins or whatever. But the only ever time I would only ever have to use my credit card, it would only be either if and only if either absolutely necessary, critically necessary, and if or only if and just in case of an emergency. Like if I had no other option, nothing else, and if I had to use it, fine, fair enough. You know what I mean? But you should, especially where, the way that in the UK, for example, that they actually they're bringing in this whole digital ID shebang, right? Well, it's simply, in my personal opinion, Mike, it's a market for devil, is what it is. It's a market for evil, what that is. You know what I mean? Like the way that like the last time I mentioned to you. Was it there maybe about 2 or 3 weeks ago? I mentioned to you, didn't I? About Dante Alighieri, the Divine Comedy. You know what I mean? All about that, like all about the nine circles of hell, and then of course purgatory and paradise and whatnot. But if you ask me, if you swear that you've never seen anything with your own 2 eyes, but then you swear that you never believe it. You know what I mean? Because, like I was saying, Mike, there is more to the pyramid. There is more to the pyramid than meets the eye. And it may not be the all-seeing eye, maybe as many of the younger generations are seeing here at the moment, but in my eyes, it's the all-seeing eye of a completely different kind. It's something much, much colossal. What's
Now I can tell you during that big blizzard, during that big cold snap that came through, and it was so deadly for so many of us. One of the things that I can say that is amazing is that bus drivers, literally, I couldn't even tell you how many lives they saved during that week. It was 5 or 6 days that this thing had settled in and it wasn't going to disperse. I mean, the front was down on top of us. It was not going anywhere. And as these rolling blackouts continued to happen, I had seen stories about metro buses that are rolling around and they're just blaring the horn. Get in the heater. We'll ride around town. Just cruise around with me. It's better than sitting there and freezing to death. And they would load up, literally packed in there like sardines. And he would just drive the bus around and just keep that engine going, keep that heater blowing. And I'm telling you, I can't even speculate how many people they saved doing that. It was incredible. So hats off to all of you guys, man.
Mm-hmm. You know, like it also reminds me as well, Mike. Remember they had a film called? Remember that movie? What was it that came out a while back? Was it there? But over 20 odd years ago now. That film came out. Day After Tomorrow.
Yes, absolutely.
That's a great film, by the way. If anybody of you haven't seen that, by the way, I strongly
Spectacular film. Love it.
Check it out. It's a great film. You know, because I wanted to actually a very old schoolmate of mine was there a few weeks back, right? And he was out and about. He was my good friend Simon Bryan, and he was telling me that he said, "Oh, how are you doing?" I said, "All right, Simon, what's the crack with you? How are you getting on? How's the family? How's your dad and all that?" Said, "Oh yeah, no, hanging on in here. You know yourself."
Keep talking. I gotta go to the fridge.
Yeah, no worries. So anyway, so my friend Simon Bryan was telling me, you know what? You should be did you ever see the film Day After Tomorrow? Is it? Oh yeah, I remember that film. All right, Simon. Yeah. You know, I was actually rewatching that film. Was there only very recently, right? This is what he was telling me, and he said, I was actually rewatching that film. Was it there a while back, right? And you know what? It's hard me for saying this, but it's a fucking great film. And you're not wrong, Simon. I've seen it before. Like I've definitely seen it. You know what I mean? And then of course, I actually told him about another film that's Jeff Bridges and as Kevin Spacey. It's a film from 2001. It was called K-Pax.
Right.
Ever see it?
Say it again.
K-Pax.
K-Pax. Oh, I remember that. Wait a minute. Wasn't that who the hell was it? Was it? Oh, damn it.
It was Jeff Bridges and as well as Kevin Spacey.
Kevin Spacey. That's who I was thinking of.
Yeah.
With the alien. I remember that.
New York it was. It was set in Manhattan in New York. Is where it was set.
Right.
Back in the year 2001. Like, you know what I mean? Basically where Kevin Spacey was playing this guy called Prost. He claimed to be from a planet called K-Pax or something like that. But then, of course, Jeff Bridges, for example, who was playing as Dr. Mark Powell of the Psychiatric Institute in Manhattan, New York, and he was trying to figure out exactly who he really was, like, and all that. You know what I mean? And his real name was Robert Porter. He was, you know,
Lawrence, thanks for coming in, brother. Good to see you, man.
Anyone who actually hasn't seen the film K-Pax or even the Day After Tomorrow, I strongly recommend check them out. Great film.
I have not seen K-Pax in years.
Yeah,
so
it's hard to believe, though, Mike, isn't it? That film actually came out back in 2001. That did, you know. So
you got to drop it on us, You got to drop it on us, man. What are the island tricks, man? How do you stay warm when the gas is off, when the power is off, and there's nothing? I mean, I'm sure maybe you got a fireplace in your house. I don't know. I mean, but
do indeed. Yep. Up and downstairs in the sitting room. Also, she have like like a lot of like candles, for example, like, you know what I mean, like tea light candles. I have a lot of them. Also, she have what's her doing? Actually, hold on. Wait, give me a second.
You bet.
Here it is. I've also actually got a lantern.
Oh, wait.
I've used it now in years. I haven't used it probably in the last 3 or 4 years, but there's an old school fashioned lantern, like, you know what I mean, which I got there a long time.
Now, listen, I guess I kind of slept on lanterns because when you think about it, at the end of the day, it's an open flame, but it's got that metal housing, so of course it's going to emanate heat.
Yep.
You know?
Here, for example, there's actually see the hole right there. That's actually where you open it, and then you put the candle in. You put the tea light candle in, and then you close it up, and then then you're good to go. You know,
Jeez, that's incredible.
For a while, then you're like, you know what I mean? So lasts for a good while. So lasts for about 6-7 hours.
Those of you, Cedar is back. For those of you that want to participate in the conversation, you're more than welcome to do so. If you've just joined in since the last time I said so, right over. Wait, how do I? Yeah, point that way, Cedar. Right over there. Point like, yeah, there you go. Right at the top of the chat on that side, there's a link, and the other way. Yeah, there you go. There you go. You can join the conversation. How do you heat your shops? How do you stay warm when the cold is coming in and about to bite you while you're trying to do projects? I don't know what Cedar's up to. Cedar has completely lost it. What you doing, brother?
Oh, it looks like he just actually he just hit his knee or something. You all right, Cedar? You okay?
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Oh, I messed my knee on the fucking outfeed table. I'm good.
And listen, I know that there's people in the chat that are like, I don't give a damn about if I can keep the goddamn shop going like that. I don't put some more clothes on. Just got there fucking work. I'm a man. I don't care. That's not the only reason. It's not about comfort sometimes. All right. When I get to 20 degrees or below, I can't glue shit. It's not going to work. The glue is too cold. You know? If I try, hey, what's up, LJ? What's up, Todd? How you doing now? Todd says diesel heater now, prior year's kerosene. Oh boy. So let me double back. On a 1 to 10 scale, I think I gave. Oh, look, Bless Carpenter's got jokes. He said, "Don't bend over and be groaning like that."
Oh, shut up! You loved every second of it.
No, you're all right.
Here's where I'm at, though. Like,
no, you're all right.
especially
Caught me right next to the kneecap.
And this is a big one. Cedar, you do it all the damn time. You know how important this is.
That's my luck. It wasn't for me bad luck. No luck at all.
Check this out, Cedar. If it was 22 degrees in there right now, would you be pouring epoxy?
We've been waiting for a while for it to come out of the bottle.
Right? And it's going to take 115 months before it even fucking cures. You know?
Yeah, the whole glue thing, that was a hard lesson for me to learn my first winter after I started doing this. I had a gallon of Type Bond. Apparently, you're not supposed to let that stuff freeze. My buddy needed some glue, and of course, I was working on the back of my van. I made when I was making this guy here, I was actually ripping the boards, and I didn't realize it was snowing. It started snowing. I was all bundled up. I had my hood over, my face shield and shit, and I was just going to town. I couldn't feel my fingers and shit. And when I finished and I took my hood off, I realized that it was starting to snow.
Right.
But my buddy was I forget what he was putting together. I was like, "Oh, bro, I got glue in the back of the van." And he started laughing at me. I came in, I was like, well, you just got to wait for it to thaw out.
Right.
Whoops.
And,
what did that cost us?
It's not, for me, it's not really just the glue thing or the epoxy thing. There's still so much more you got to consider if you're not going to bother heating your shop. Like, let's say you just say, the hell with it, I'm not going to build anything until spring. And I'm going to pack it up, call it a day. I'm going to the damn house. I'll see you after fucking Valentine's Day.
What's he got to say over here?
Well, Calvin was doing the fine thing of reminding everybody to hit the like button. Appreciate it.
No. Yeah.
Like, and subscribe.
Tell
Yes.
Chase. Hey, there's New Begins. What's up, Chase? I know you're ready to bring your ass up here. Come on up here and talk to us. Listen,
Oh,
it's
where
not
the fuck's Alex? He's got a lot to say in the background.
yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. Listen, it's not just about comfort in your shop. Okay. Let's say you decide to pack it the hell up, like I said, and I'm done. I'll see your ass on St. Patrick's Day. I'm not building shit. All right. I'm done for the winter. Well, now there's all kinds of things that some people don't, especially new makers, new craftsmen, and new woodworkers or whatever. They don't take this into consideration. For example, all my glue is going to be shot by the time I get back out here in spring. It's done. There's no way around it. Number two, if I had 3D printers out in the shop like I do, all that filament is shot to hell. Throw it away. There's no chance you're going to run it next year. The first time it freezes, it's done. All of them, and those are $20 a spool, every spool of filament you buy. So every one of those, if you didn't keep them in some kind of climate control, they're trash. Get rid of them. Also, paint, stain, finish, especially the water-based stuff, it's all going to go through hell in a handbasket when it freezes and thaws and freezes and thaws over and over again throughout the whole damn winter. And don't even get me started on what will happen to your cordless power tool batteries with those 18650 lithium ions in it. Leave them out there and let them freeze about a half a dozen times and watch what happens. You know what I mean? Let the damn thing, let it sit there. You know? All of that's going to go to hell in the handbasket.
Can you build that for me for free?
And if you're lucky, you ain't going to have a damn cell rupture and start a damn fire because you damn blew the thing. You know what I mean? Because it froze and now the damn thing popped. Best case is you come in next year and all your batteries won't even charge anymore. That's the best case. So there's a lot of stuff you got to take into consideration for climate control in your shop. And it's not just about keeping you comfy and cozy while you're in there doing work.
Oh, you know who I got an email from today? It's been a while. Y'all know Katz Moses?
I do.
Jonathan?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got an email back from him today. It's been hell, 6 months. I had, you know how he does the woodworkers with disability thing?
Right.
Well, I mean, we all know my ass is fucking, but I've never been diagnosed. I just hey, shout out, like I love what you're doing, keep it up, whatnot.
Right.
He emailed me back. Just a shout out.
Nice, man.
I don't know. I thought that was cool. I didn't think I'd ever get an answer back.
Dude, I love that, man.
Ow.
I love that, bro. I absolutely love that.
Ooh.
So,
Sorry, guys. I'm trying to walk this off.
the topic for tonight is, of course, why the hell is it so damn cold? But more importantly, the whole topic of tonight is coming up, joining the conversation and sharing for the behalf of not only the people in the lives, but the
You're
people
a little
that
young. Chinking.
I want to leave this up through the winter so that people can gain insight of our tips and tricks and our hacks and ways that we've been able to bring heat into the shop to at least keep it mitigated to some degree. For some people, that means, I've got a wood stove. Alex from the Blessed Carpenter, if your ass is in here, you better come up here and tell the humorous stories about your, oh God. Or I'm going to talk
You haven't
about
burned down your shop yet, have you? Crazy bastard.
I'm going to wait and see. I'm going to give him 30 seconds to reply in the chat because if he's still here, then I want his permission or else I'm just going to blast him. That's what's up. I mean, let's just be honest. All right.
What did I miss? I haven't heard from you. Wow.
So shop setup is critical. There he is. Alex, come on up here, baby. Give me permission. Let me talk about this, man. This is absolutely crazy. This cat's got a wood stove in his shop too, just like Chase does.
How's it going in here?
Luke, this man has got the wood stove. Maybe. Well, I know. Hold on a minute. I got to configure it in metrics from the head for you. Maybe 30 centimeters away from where he stands to operate his miter saw. And the cast iron wood stove is maybe 5 centimeters away from his ass when he squeezes in there to go run his drill press and his miter saw. Right. It is incredible. Mainly, please get your ass up here because I know you're in Maine, so you can contribute to the conversation. Tonight's conversation is keeping the shop mitigated with temperature when we get to the winter cold months, man. I know that I'm going to leave this up after the fact. I'm going to make sure that it's there as a resource for anybody that can use it, man. Let's give them the hacks, the tips, the tricks, whatever you can do. When you're in a pinch and you need to keep that damn place warm, what do you guys do, man? I'd love to hear from all of you. Seriously. Alex and that damn wood stove. I've been telling him since last winter to move that damn wood stove. Love him to death, man, but he still ain't done it. Still ain't done it.
Yeah. Mike, did you check out any of the videos I actually shared over there on my YouTube channel last night? Did you?
I seen a few of them, yeah. Here he comes. Here he comes. I knew I started talking shit and he was going to pop off. There he is. I see a few of them.
What up, though? I got to find the remote so I can turn the TV down.
I knew I started talking shit and he was going to pop off.
All right. So you guys were talking about the wood glue's going bad, your batteries going bad, your stains going bad, separating with the cold. I've actually been having the problem where I set this little stool up. Let me see if I can turn the camera. Oh. I set this little stool up right here, right next to the wood stove, and I actually burned my glue by setting it on the little ledge right here a couple days ago because it was frozen solid, yo.
Right?
I constantly had this thing going.
Now, look, I want you guys to see. Go back to that stove and show them the proximity between the stove and the damn drill press.
Well, the drill press got taken out last week. I got to get a new drill
Thank
press.
God.
I worked it down. But, yeah.
Do you see that little bit? Yeah, he would wiggle his ass right in there to try to run that damn drill press.
I had my blue jeans smoking one night. I didn't know what the hell was going on. It's all good and fun until you don't, like, when you get those kind of burns, you don't realize it until it's too late. Your body doesn't react until it's like, oh, shit, I'm on fire. Yeah.
Oh, listen, every welder knows that statement. Oh, shit, I'm on fire. Hold up.
When I tell you guys, I roofed for my whole life. And when I put this thing in and just drilled a hole through my ceiling and then took a Sawzall, made a damn circle, willy-nilly, no guidelines or nothing, I felt wrong. Like I was terrified to do this. And I'm a roofer. I could fix it. Did not feel right. I ain't moving the damn wood stove.
I'm telling you, just plumb the damn thing so it'll angle over and you get your ass away from that damn edge, man.
I do got a couple of the elbows up here, too, that you were talking about. I ain't playing.
All right, so before you had the wood heater, how did you keep the shop warm, Alex?
Jumping jacks. I was out here doing push-ups, running in place, breathing into my hands, rubbing them together. It was freezing. In my first videos, you can see my breath in all the damn videos.
Right.
Yeah, it was fun.
And listen, I can tell you, it drove me nuts. It drove me nuts. I see people talking about the diesel heater. They're talking about the jet heaters and all of that. I gave those on a 1 to 10 scale. I gave those a 4. And I'll tell you why I gave it a 4. A jet heater has its purpose, and that purpose is to crank out the BTU. Shitloads of BTU. Usually because it's on a job site or in a big industrial building. You know what I mean? That is for a specific task purpose. It is not for a 20 by 20 shop. All right. So when you got a diesel jet heater, you crank that some bitch on, and after about 5 minutes, you're sweating your balls off.
God damn.
And what's worse is if you're in a garage like mine, where I've got a single door for a 2-car garage. The only thing I can do to alleviate that sweltering fucking sauna that I just created is to open the garage door for a second, and all the work I can heating this damn thing up just evaluate 15 seconds.
Your grandpa will be rolling around in his grave.
You know?
Heating the outside.
Exactly. You
know how to make everything in the world. If you freeze in Texas talking about danger, this and that and the third, dude.
No. I
lost all faith in you.
Like I was talking about earlier, I actually built a new kind, a thermosiphon that I had learned about a long time ago.
Oh, wow.
And it was working well, but then the HOA gave me all kinds of hell about the fact that I had a tower active with a tank and water running, and they gave me all kinds
You
of
made
shit.
a what? A thermal what?
A thermosiphon. What you're doing is, what you're doing is you're creating a convection of water that runs through a bunch of pipes, and then that turns into a radiator. What you're doing is you're heating up the top of the tank. You're heating up the top. So the hot water spills out the side and runs down the slope. And then it runs through the whole pipe work, which pushes on another incline, pushing cold water up. So what ends up happening, because the hot water's on top, the cold water's on bottom, well, the heat continues to rise and it pushes, and it ends up creating this cycle.
I didn't know how it works. My uncle got a really sweet house, yo. And I said, how do you heat this thing? He has to constantly keep fire going outside. And it's heated by waters.
That's exactly what it is. It's a thermosiphon. What you're doing is you're pulling the hot water out of the top, and then it's running through the circuit and then going back to the tank when it's cold again. And then it's just like a heater core in a car. That's
my grandparents used to have the gas stove. They would keep the burners lit and block off all the rooms away from the kitchen and stuff to where it would warm only like the living room and the dining room.
Absolutely.
I grew up poor though. Clothes, going to school, clothes smell
like
kerosene,
brother.
Grow up, no lights on. My daughter today
said
the lights in her classroom keep going out, and the teacher asked for help. He wants the parents to help with the lights in the classroom. I said, tell Mr. Diller, our lights are about to go out every month. We need help.
My little fish has to go swimming again. I had to get the bubbles and shit. I remember your videos. You're all bundled up all the time too. When you started with that wood stove too. You had just put your wood
t-shirts.
stove in when
20 degrees outside, yo.
Stuff.
I'm in a t-shirt. I go outside to pee, yo, and I'm like, oh my god, what am I doing?
I know, brother. I'm across the drink.
So
I feel you.
I was talking about it earlier. How many of you guys have done the tea candles with the flower pot? How many of you guys have done it? Yeah. So
the grow box.
No. So a flower pot is made of terracotta, right? Which is basically ceramic. What you do is you turn it upside down over the top of 2 or 3 little candles. And then the candles heat the hell out of that ceramic. And then if you can figure out a way to move the air around, it is incredible. That is on the top of my
You can do the same thing with a pop can. Like you cut out the side of the pop can, but it turns into a rocket stove, and then you put a fan on it, it'll warm a whole room, yo.
Yeah, but then you lose it's not as efficient as doing it with the it's not as efficient as doing it with the flower pot, because the flower pot's gonna keep heat. What's up, Boondocks? How you doing, Jamie? So on my list of impromptu ways to keep your shop comfortable, the candles with the flower pot is probably still at the top of my list, because I've ran those and they've been incredible.
I have a real hard time keeping my
Yeah.
keeping my fire at a good temperature. It's either it blazing hot, packed to the brim, like you can't fit no more wood in there, and then it just gets blew out in here, and I'm like, oh my gosh, somebody opened a window or something. Or it's freezing cold, and I'm like, put more wood on this mug.
You need to learn how to run embers, and you need to learn how to move the air away from
I got the embers and the damper and the airflow on the front door. Dude, so I thought that they were screened in at the top of my chimney. When I installed it, I specifically remember the screen. I opened my fireplace 3 days ago. Birds started flying at my face, dude, like Jumanji. Like they must have came down the chimney the night before because it was warm. It's been freezing up here the last couple weeks. Yo, 3 birds came at my face, dude. I was like, oh my God.
If it's not squirrels, it's fucking birds.
That's probably where the squirrels came from, yo.
If
how's your boots doing?
If anybody who just wants to have a look at my calendar for a second, this is my lantern right here in case you missed it, right?
I love that. Listen,
Heck yeah.
check our old boy, man. I was sleeping on the idea of a lantern, man. Look.
Yep.
Now, why is that such a damn good idea? Because at the end of the day, you got an open flame inside of a metal case, and that sucker's going to start radiating like a sunbeam. I mean, I think of it
right here, for example.
LJ, actually, he's in Ireland.
Yep.
Yeah, and he's got his little trap door on the bottom where you can drop the candle.
Put the candle in there, yep. And then you're good to go, yeah. Very, very simple, like, you know what I mean? Now, I'm going to be honest with you, though. I actually haven't used this now in the last probably 4 or 5 years. So it's been a little while, you know what I mean? But you know what? They're handy.
Good to have.
You know what I mean? In case of, worse, like if you ever came to the woods.
I keep some kerosene lanterns on deck just in case, like, we lose power to the grid, something like the blackout of 2001 or whatever.
Well, and that's another reason why I wanted to make this video, because it may not just okay. We immediately, we're the first ones affected by cold weather by the winter because we're in the shop and the insulation is shit, to be honest. Most of us don't have incredible $100,000 shops with incredible R34 insulation and whatever.
Dude, if you're in a brick garage, when it's cold outside, it's like a fridge in here. When it's hot outside, it's like an oven in here. It keeps whatever is trapped in this room.
Right. But at the end of the day,
out there stealing flat screens.
This might
yeah. Gotta pay the bills somehow. Gotta feed the kids somehow, brother.
Here you go.
Each his own.
I don't even know. But here's the other thing. I continue, if we get good DIY kind of hack heating systems put together and some good ideas, then I can leave this up. People can come back. They can reference to it. God forbid you got an electric heater in your house and the damn power goes out. Now you might be able to have enough battery on your phone to watch this video and be able to keep yourself warm for a little while. You know?
Rocket stoves, yo. Bricks.
Because I'm in a metal building with no insulation.
And fire.
Out of the coldest shit in here. Hey, Adele, what's going on, dear? Good
Real
to see
quick,
you.
because I can't be on long. I promise my kids I'll be in a minute. My son today, 3 years old, he said, I want to build with you, Dad. And he always says that. So I always bring him out here, but he has the attention span of a 3-year-old. So he never has a plan. He never wants to follow through with the project. Like, we start building something, and I end up building it by myself. Dude, today, I said, what do you want to build, son? He said, a chair. I said, a chair? What kind of chair? He said, a chair for a motto. That's his name. So I said, all right, we came with a plan. I cut the wood. And instead of using the air nailer, I started hammering him like halfway and letting him finish the nails.
Right.
Yo, my man's built this chair today.
Let's go.
Yo, to the point where he couldn't lift the hammer no more. He was getting mad because he was just out of arm strength. He was like, it's too heavy. And I was like, it's okay, son. I showed him the glue and the nails, the air nailer. But yeah, dude, totally rocked this mug out. He's 3.
I'm
so proud.
All right. Chase said a waste oil stove. Do any of you guys have any experience with running a waste oil stove?
Oil burns.
It does, in fact, burn. It
Oh,
does.
she'll burn.
And you can set it up with a drip system so that it will very slowly drip in waste oil and continue to burn what it's going to burn. But it is a tricky thing. It is a tricky thing to set up.
Dang it.
You good? Cedar, you cool?
That didn't work.
I'm kind of doing with the both of them. Look,
Real quick, I was calling you guys earlier. Mike, what do you think about this? I'm building a whole shed for all the stuff that I had to take out of the garage last winter. If you guys remember that episode, like episode 1 or 2, I'm like, yo, everything in the garage. I got that rat in here. He started jumping off everything and then bouncing at face level. I was like, oh, no, I'm not giving him nothing to jump on no more.
Okay.
Everything has been sitting outside my garage forever. So I was about to do like a carport type of deal right outside the garage doors. But I think what I'm going to do is.
I'm going to give you the camera. Let's see. You built a shed? Let's go.
I'm building like a whole shed out of free lumber and pallet wood. So
let's go.
8 foot. That's 7 foot legs. I got 72 inches wide. And I'm going to do a slant of 1 foot for the runoff to the roof for the steepness. And yeah, and this is what my kids have been doing. They built a little wardrobe for their little boo-boos, and my daughter built a treasure chest, and they just stained them up. My other daughter built a shelf for her room. But yeah, I'm in the middle of doing this. I'm doing a YouTube video on it.
I love it. And I love Chase's thing. Look, that is absolutely another brilliant thing. If you can do a waste oil heater, you can run around to every mechanic shop in town, and I promise you they will not be mad at the slightest that you say, can I have your old oil? You're doing them a favor. Come on, they got to pay to dispose of that shit.
Well, guys, I miss you guys very much. I got to get off here and go back in with the family, but I will be here next week. I'm kid-free next week.
That's what's up. Appreciate you coming in, Alex, man. Good to
Love
see
you guys.
You.
Peace.
All the best, Alex. Mind yourself.
So I think that the front runner is still the terracotta pot with the candles. I think that's probably still the best thing.
Yeah, you're right.
Especially for it just does the trick. You know? I wish I could think of anything better.
I lost you.
Well, you know what, Mike? You know, like, listen, if you actually ever come across, you know, like a lantern like that, for example, like the one I have, or even like a different one or something.
There you
They're great. Like, you know, they are every I need to have, like, you know what I mean? And, you know, especially with everything, very straightforward, you know. And, yeah.
Damn.
I recommend getting one. Absolutely. Like, you know what I mean?
Right on.
No, in my mind, you know what I mean? So, lanterns, for example, you can easily get them like anywhere. Like, I mean, you can get them like, you know, like in a I think they, I think there's
There he is.
There's a hardware store or something, you know, near me. And I actually know a couple of people who actually work there. I mean, they actually get to move up nearly every year. Like, I mean, so there's phone calls to them and then done. You know what I mean? So that's the thing, really. You know.
I got you.
Anyway, but how's your family, by the way, Mike? How's your family doing?
Everybody's been doing really well, man. I mean, my kid is still riding the high of doing the national anthem at the NCAA game. I mean, we've been loving that. And everybody's been doing really well. That's been great. Well, guys.
Sorry, I don't want y'all to see my family.
No, you're good. I thought that maybe global warming did a little different than I thought it would. Maybe this is a big forefront kind of thing, like I thought it was going to be. Maybe it will be in a couple of weeks. Maybe I'll come back and revisit this, and we'll do another CTP about it. But I think I've had a hell of a lot of fun. What about you?
Yeah,
I always have fun.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure.
And at this point, I'm taking advice from somebody who's been giving me guru advice that you can't wait until you have 2 people and then cut your live off, because then those 2 people are the only ones that are going to get notifications the next time we go live. So I may bid all of you in. I love all of you.
I told you I was going to kill your views, Mike.
No, you didn't kill my views. You didn't kill anything at all. Palado has returned. Oh, God. We can't go anywhere.
There goes the neighborhood.
By all means, the floor is yours, my friend. Please, please.
Oh, are we just trying to stay warm?
Yeah, he looks like he's already been blasted by some kind of fire. What are you doing, man? He's being blasted.
Yeah.
That would explain why he looks like he's been blasted by a fire, man.
I got a ton of shit we could burn.
Oh, goodness. I wish all of us were in a position where we could all just burn shit out in the yard. That was such a nice time. I used to live out in the country where I could do that, but
I could burn shit in the parking lot, but I don't think the neighbors would like that.
all the HOA would lose their shit. How did they go, Palado?
They haven't gotten to the fire yet. They're still inside playing games.
That's what they're calling it, inside playing games, huh?
Yes.
I do not want to speculate as to the games that they're playing, Palado.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, we've got the
I was
fire ready.
in my life, and I remember exactly what games we were playing back then.
No, I'm not sure what games are actually being played. I'm letting the missus kind of patrol the interior while I get the coals ready for the s'more activity. So.
Oh my goodness! If they're out on a date, I guarantee you that's a teenager. And if that's a teenager, I promise you, the last thing that's on her damn mind is s'mores. Let's just be honest about it.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
I mean, I love you to death, Palado, but damn. Ooh.
But the nice thing about it is that I get to build a fire and hang out here by the fire while my wife takes care of the stuff inside.
That is a beautiful plan. That is a beautiful plan. It is getting colder than a witch's titty out here.
Really? I feel really warm.
Well, I'm sure you do.
Yeah, like even here in even here in Dublin, Ireland, where I'm like, I mean, it's doesn't quite fit there, all right.
Oof.
I think it's like what at the moment it's the last 2 or 3 days. It's like maybe 2 or 3 degrees Celsius or something like that. Quite
Right.
It's pretty cold.
My goodness, I think I may try to preserve as many viewers as I have because I've dropped down to 8 now. I think I got to salute everybody that came in. I appreciate you coming in with all of your suggestions. Okay? I'll revisit this in a couple of weeks because I get the feeling that the cold snap may get a few more people. And then maybe something we want to talk about a little often. In the meantime, though, love everybody. Appreciate y'all being here. I'm going to call it. And then whoever else is going live, I'm going to jump in yours and I'm going to chat like a madman because I can't keep my mouth shut. Love every one of you guys. Call it. Y'all good. Thanks for coming in. Take care, y'all.
All right. See ya.
Later.
See ya.
Bye. Bye. Nice. Okay. Bye.